Hello, my name's Laurel Papworth and I teach artificial intelligence and ChatGPT as well as marketing and social media. Today I'm going to ask ChatGPT to help me with hashtags because historically hashtag tools, and I have them all, I've used them all, are very American-centric, very US-centric. So let's see what ChatGPT can give us today. The first thing I'm going to do is ask ChatGPT to help me find some good hashtags to use on social media for hospitality posts. And I've left it very general. Let me bring that up for you. I want to make sure you can see that. The first thing I did was I asked ChatGPT for better than the others. Can you help me find good hashtags to use on social media for hospitality posts? What do you need to know? So my first question is always, what do you need? As opposed to me telling it what I want exactly. ChatGPT will always start with target audiences. If you've done any of my courses on the data sheets for Instagram and Facebook, basically how the AI algorithms and data sets work, you'll know target audience is where they start. So does LinkedIn, so does YouTube, so does email newsletter delivery, so does SEO. It's always about personas, Q crowds, target audiences, and so on. Then it wants to know the kind of service, the platforms to be used on. Obviously, the hashtags on, say, a LinkedIn is going to be very different than Instagram. Location. ChatGPT has access to census information, local council information, and a lot of stuff around location. So it's able to tell if there's a transitory population, if you're in hospitality, or if you're looking at some sort of a club for members, and then anything that's unique, so the outlier information. And I just chose to target travellers as the target audience, on Instagram as the direct channel, about a pub, vague pub, not very good prompt, in a cute location, for instance, Byron Bay. I don't know if Byron Bay is cute. I've never been there. It repeats back to me, and then it comes up with the hashtags. So there are location-based hashtags, which may or may not suit hospitality. You know, there could be a zoo in there or something, but it does pick up on the Byron Bay hashtags. Then we have travel and hospitality. Always check the hashtags. For instance, I believe that See Australia is Tourism Australia's hashtag. Like, they use it the most, but you know, you can piggyback if you're respectful off of that. We have pub life, pub grub, beer lovers. I assume it thinks that that's what Byron Bay people will be interested in. I'm pretty sure if this was another suburb or a different area, it might be a different hashtag. Lifestyle and ambience, special events. And then it gives me tips on using Instagram up to 30 hashtags per post. It's a good idea to mix highly popular with more niche hashtags, which you use 3 or 4 highly popular ones to anchor the asset in that stream, and then you use the niche to actually deliver. This approach ensures your post will reach a broad audience while targeting those with specific interests. Well, that's what I just said. Additionally, it's beneficial to keep an eye on trending hashtags in your area and industries. These can change over time. And then it asks if it wants me to go into more details, and I would recommend that you do. And I just want to be clear here, I'm going to check every single one of these hashtags. And the way that I do that is by using Instagram itself. So let me just go into Instagram. On the top right-hand side, top left, I can't tell my left and right. I've done a search for Byron Bay, hashtag Byron Bay, and it says Byron Bay has around 3.5 million posts. So that's quite a large channel. Byron Bay Life was one that came up. Lighthouse weddings, we didn't talk about that. Byron Bay Food, Byron Bay Style. Let me just check again. What was that one? Byron Bay Life, 141,000. Byron Bay Life. So let's just try Visit Byron Bay. Visit Byron Bay. And Visit Byron Bay is definitely on the list as well, and I can check the numbers. There is an issue, of course, because core Central GPT was pre-trained in April 2023. And while it can check the net, it will usually tell me that's what it's doing. So I could ask it to check the net. But they're pretty good. I would say they'd be pretty standard. Once people get settled into a hashtag, they stay with it because that's where they know everybody. That's where they know where to meet. They don't change hashtags on a regular basis. I have a social media and AI course, one-day course coming up. And also at the end of February, there is a 2-day marketing and AI course. Of course, you can always come to courses at AIM and other places with me as well. So I hope you found that interesting and useful. I'll see you in the next video.